A credible witness had identified two Obama-era government employees as Seth Rich's killers and has provided conclusive evidence that will bring them to justice within the next few weeks. According to Jack Burkman, a Washington, D.C. attorney and lobbyist, Burkman has been working with a team of private investigators for 2 years to unravel the mystery surrounding Seth Rich's death and bring his killers to justice. And he says the emergence of a witness with conclusive evidence means the case has suddenly gone hot, and the breadcrumbs lead all the way to the top of the Obama administration. We believe that we have reached the beginning of the end of the Seth Rich murder investigation, Burkman said in an exclusive interview Sunday. After 2 long hard years of work, we have a witness who is prepared to identify the 2 killers of Seth Rich. One is reportedly a current Drug Enforcement Administration agent. The other is reportedly a current ATF, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives, agent. The witness, who fears for his life, will provide details about how, and why, the 2 Obama-era government employees killed Seth Rich in a press conference slated for Tuesday. The witness is already under armed guard and will disguise his identity at the press conference, according to Burkman. Alicia Powett Gateway Pundit reports. Frank Whalen, a retired NYPD Detective Sergeant NYPD who served as the head of NYPD homicides for 23 years, found the witness. Burkman explained, "We found him through working with a retired New York City detective, who found him and brought him to us. We have thoroughly vetted this witness and we believe in this witness," he said. "He has evidence that substantiates his claims, but it will be revealed slowly. This witness is in great fear of his life. That's why we are going with disguising him, disguising his voice and everything about him." Burkman, who has viewed surveillance footage from the night Rich was killed, says the witness testimony confirms 2 men involved in the shooting. What the witness says matches what the police say and matches what we know from the surveillance videos, he said. "The police let me see the video. The police said the video clearly identifies the pant legs of 2 men. So, there were 2 men involved in the killing that night. I now believe that in the next 3 to 4 weeks the entire matter will be resolved. It's the beginning of the end." His name was Seth Rich. Rich, 27, was a DNC voter expansion data director for 2 years and had accepted a position with Hillary Clinton's campaign. He was murdered in Washington, D.C. on July 10, 2016. Near his apartment in an affluent neighborhood. Rich was shot twice in the back with a handgun, and his wallet, credit cards, watch and phone were left in his possession. The Metropolitan Police Department has described it as a botched robbery. Private investigators have claimed there is evidence Rich was the source who provided WikiLeaks with thousands of bombshell emails that rocked the Democratic National Committee in the summer of 2016 just ahead of its convention and the 2016 election. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange has also insinuated Rich was the source WikiLeaks used to obtain the emails. The emails indicated the Democrat Party was manipulating the primary race in favor of Hillary Clinton and sabotaged the Bernie Sanders campaign, led to the resignation of then DNC chairwoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz. On July 22, just 12 days after Rich's death and days before the Democratic Party convention in Philadelphia, WikiLeaks released 20,000 emails from DNC officials. As Gateway Pundit reported, Burkman was shot at and run over by the former U.S. Marine Kevin Dougherty on March 13, who he hired to help him get to the bottom of the case. Dougherty, who claims he worked as a special agent and criminal investigator in the intelligence community, was subsequently arrested by Arlington County Police on charges of malicious wounding and use of a firearm in commission of a felony. The witness informed Burkman that Dougherty was well acquainted with the 2 government employees that killed Rich, but he was unaware Dougherty worked as Burkman's lead investigator and tried to kill him earlier in the year. The witness himself didn't know that I had been shot by Kevin Dougherty. Before we even told him that, he told us that Dougherty was friends and palled around with the ATF agent and the D agent who shot Seth. That's why we think the witness is credible, he said. There wasn't much coverage of my shooting. The witness didn't see the coverage and didn't know. We didn't tell him. He told us before we told him. We believe that Kevin Dougherty may have been a plant in my organization, to kill me and stop my investigation. he added. He was carefully playing the role. Despite nearly getting killed while investigating the Rich case, Burkman says he doesn't live in fear and neither should the witness. "I now have armed guards all the time, and we will have even more armed guards at the press conference. The place will be surrounded with private armed security," he said. "But once we start living in fear, we might as well have Adolf Hitler in power." Once you live in fear, there's no reason to have one World War II. Following the press conference, Burkman will hold a candlelight march to the spot where Rich was killed. "I promised the Rich family that I would find their son's murderer. Their son was a great patriot and a great young man, and it is for that reason that I want to solve this murder," Burkman said. "His heart was in the right place and I want to honor him. We are one big political fraternity. This could have happened to any of the young people who work for me, Republican or Democrat. I employ both. This could happen to any one of those young people." Burkman has created, paid for and erected billboards in the neighborhood where Rich lived and died, built the website Who Killed Seth.com and canvassed the neighborhood with Seth Rich's parents. Last year, he sued the Democratic National Committee for the release of the hacked DNC server he claimed will reveal key information in solving the murder of DNC staffer Seth Rich. The D.C.-based attorney has also offered a $130,000 reward of his personal money for information leading to the arrest of Rich's killer. WikiLeaks is offering $20,000, One American News Network $100,000, the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department $25,000 and businessman and investor Martin Shkreli $100,000. The DNC has yet to offer a reward for information leading to the arrest of the murderer of its own young staffer. The DNC honored its murdered employee by dedicating a bike rack outside its headquarters to Rich's memory.